And so today, instead of launching straight into the practice after our Focus 12, I wanted to teach you an additional breathing exercise that helps to align the body internally. So we'll first start with our Focus 12. So finding a comfortable seat where you can feel the pelvis sitting down into earth. So there's a rooting down, like the pelvis can really seek beyond your mat, down into the floor, down into the ground. If images work for you, you might even imagine roots through all the parts of your body that are touching ground. And then like a tree from that foundation, the spine can grow upwards towards the sun. And so the spine, like the trunk of a tree, all the way out through the crown of the head, extends up. So there is a rooting and a lifting with equal energy. And then just pick a space for your hands to rest that you can maintain. And then pick a place for your eyes to rest that's a soft focus. You may even want to close your eyes. So I will count 12 breaths. If the count doesn't work with your own breathing, or if it causes you anxiety to try to match my count, then please just ignore me and breathe to your own rhythm. So emptying your lungs. Inhaling. Exhaling. 1. Inhaling. 2. Exhale. 2. Inhaling. 3. Exhale. 3. Inhaling. Chaturanga, exhaling. 4. Inhaling. Pancha, exhale. 5. Inhaling. Shat, exhale. 6. Inhale. Sapta, exhale. 7. Inhale. 8. Exhale. 8. Inhale. 9. Exhale. 9. Inhale. 10. Exhale. 10. Inhale. 11. Exhale. 11. Inhale. 12. Exhale. 12. And just let your breath return to normal. And so now what I'd like to do is teach you a breathing exercise that was taught to me in 1994 by my first teacher. His name was Baba Haridas, and he was a silent monk. So he'd taken a vow of silence, and he was silent probably over 70 years by the time he finally died, which was last year. So the instruction was written to me on his chalkboard, and that's how I learned it originally. I've not taught it for a while, but I thought today it might be nice to teach it to you so that you can start to feel how Ashtanga Yoga controls the breath and also focuses on primarily 3 bandhas, they're called, or the direct translation is a lock in the body. But to me, the word lock, since we are on lockdown, sounds quite hard. So if you think of it as more of a subtle engagement, or even just an awareness of these points in your body. So the first point in your body, or the first bandha, is called mula bandha. And mula bandha is the musculature that sits between your glutes. I'm only going to say the A word once, anus. Anus lifts up, and then that subtle lifting brings an upward feeling of energy in the body. So if you think of we have lots of sphincters in our body. Our eyes are sphincters, our mouth is a sphincter. And so if you think of an engagement of that sphincter muscle, not too tight, so you don't want anything being held too tight, and you don't want it really loose all the time. So if you use your mouth as an example, you want something that's kind of a middle ground. So that is a subtle lifting. The next bandha is the navel area, and it's the navel that's drawing back toward your spine. And again, you don't want to hold this too tight so that your breath is restricted. It's just a subtle drawing back of the navel. And then the third area is the throat. And this is sometimes found by just simply dropping the chin towards the throat. Again, not too tight. Just something that helps you to feel length through the back of your neck. And kind of a closure in the front of the throat. So I'll teach you the breathing exercise, which engages all these 3 locks. I'll go quite slowly at first, so that you can follow on, and we'll do about 5 rounds of it. So you start by inhaling, and at the very bottom of your inhale, you pick up Mula Bandha, those muscles between the glutes. Keep Mula Bandha on as you continue to inhale, filling the lungs. At the top of your inhale, drop your chin to your chest and hold the breath for a couple counts. Then when you're ready to exhale, lift the chin off the chest, smoothly and gently exhale, release Mula Bandha, and then at the end of your exhale, draw your navel back. So again, we breathe in, pick up Mula. Top of the inhale, chin to chest, hold the breath. Both locks are on. When you're ready, lift the chin, start to exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, draw your navel back. Again, picking up Mula, inhaling. Top of the inhale, throat. Hold. Then lift the chin, start to exhale. Draw the navel back. Again, inhaling, pick up Mula. When the lungs are full, drop your chin to your chest, hold the breath. Lift the chin, start to exhale. Bottom of the exhale, navel draws back. Last one. Inhale, pick up Mula. Top of the inhale, chin to chest, hold. When you're ready, lift the chin, exhale. Bottom of the exhale, draw your navel back. So when we stand to do the practice today, anytime you think of it, to engage any one of those places in your body, in any of the poses, just notice how it affects the pose. So I encourage you to kind of send your attention to the bandhas today in whatever capacity you can. So we'll just release from our seated position now, losing the block if you've been sitting on one, and coming on to all fours. And then tuck your toes under, send the head down and your tail up. See if you can find one of the locks here. Or two. Or maybe you can find all three. And then walk your feet forwards towards your hands. And come up through to Samasthiti, standing. So standing at the top of your mat. Feet together if that feels okay in your body. Spread the toes. Connect to earth. So just like when we came to sitting, there's a grounding down, send roots through the feet, broad out into the floor. Also then extend out through the crown of your head. See if you can find Mula Bandha here. And Udi here, so the navel draws back. And Jalandhara Bandha slightly. Good, hang on to all three as you inhale, reach up and look up. Dway 2, exhale, fold, hands flat, release your head. Trini 3, inhale, open up, look up. Chaturanga 4, step back into your plank and lower down. You can drop the knees if you need to. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. So find Mula Bandha. Notice how that draws the sit bones towards one another. Draw navel back. Let the chin come slightly to the chest. Fill and empty your lungs. 3. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. Fill and empty your lungs. 5. Moving, feet towards hands. Inhale to open up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way back up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, standing. Second one. Inhale, reach up, look up. Dway 2, exhale, hands flat, release your head. Inhale, look up. Chaturanga 4, step back into your plank and lower down. Low cobra or upward facing dog. Shot 6, downward facing dog. Lift the navel. Lift the muscles between your glutes. Release the chin to the chest slightly. Fill and empty the lungs. 3. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. Fill and empty your lungs. 5. Move your feet towards your hands. At the top of the inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. Number 9, come all the way back up. Reach up, look up, and exhale. Last one. Ekam inhale, reach up, look up. Dway 2, exhale, fold, hands flat, release your head. Trini, inhale, open up. Chaturanga 4, step back and lower down. Inhaling, your heart lifts up. Exhaling, your navel lifts up. Set your downward facing dog, find the locks and breathe. 1. 2. 3. 4. Preparing to move, Sapta 7. Inhaling, look up. Exhaling, Ashtanga 8, fold. Another 9, inhaling, come all the way up, look up. And exhaling, Samasthiti. Second one, sitting low, feet, knees, thighs together. Sit as low as you can. And then peel your navel off your legs. So really engage Mula Bandha here, so the muscles between your glutes are lifting, making the pelvis light. Looking up, ekam, dve, 2, exhale, fold. Trini, 3, inhale, look up. Chatwari, 4, step back into your plank and lower down. Inhaling, heart lifts up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Change your feet, so your right foot is going to step forwards. Look to your right big toe. Find your left heel down. And bring the torso up, the chest up, the arms up, and the eyes up. Exhale, look back to your toe. Find your plank. Lower down. Inhaling, upward facing. Desha, exhale, downward facing. Change your feet, left foot steps front, right heel down. Look to your left big toe. Bring the body up. Look up. Exhale, look to your toe. Step back into your plank, lower down. Again, inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, navel lifts. Set your downward facing dog and breathe. Fill and empty your lungs. 1. Fill and empty your lungs. 2. Find the bandhas. 3. 4. And 5. Step or jump the feet towards the hands. Inhale, Panchadasha, look up. Shodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, sit low. Lift the heart. And exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Again, sitting low, empty your lungs. Fill your lungs, inhale. Empty your lungs, forward fold. Fill your lungs, extend your spine. Empty your lungs, step back into your plank, lower down. Fill your lungs, lift your breastbone. Empty your lungs, lift your navel. Change your feet, take an extra breath if you need to. Fill your lungs, take the torso, eyes, arms up. Empty your lungs, transition back through your plank and lower down. Fill your lungs, lift the breastbone. Empty your lungs, lift the navel. Change your feet. Extra breath. Fill the lungs, lift the heart, arms, eyes. Empty the lungs, find your plank and lower down. Fill the lungs, lift the breastbone. Empty the lungs, lift the navel. Find your bandhas. Muscles between the glutes lifting up. Navel draws back. Chin releases slightly to the chest. There's lots of space around your neck and ears. 3. 3, breathing. 4. And 5. Step or jump your feet to the hands. Inhaling, extend your spine, look up. Exhale, release your head. Inhale, sit low, lift the arms, eyes, and head. Exhale, and standing. Last one, sitting low. Ekam, inhale. Dve, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, open up. Chatwari, exhale, plank, and then lower down. Punch a 5, inhale, heart lifts. Shot 6, exhale, down dog, change your feet. Right foot front, extra breaths if you need to. Moving with your breath. Again, inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. Change the feet, left foot front. Inhaling, heart lifts. Exhaling back through your plank. Inhaling, heart lifts. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Set your downward facing dog and breathe. 1. Fill and empty your lungs. 2. Fill and empty your lungs. 3. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. Fill and prepare to move. At the bottom of your 5th exhale, step forward, jump your feet forwards, look up. Exhale, fold. Saptarasha, sit low. Lift your heart and eyes. And exhale, Saraswati. Good. Step or jump your feet hip distance apart. Wrap your index and middle finger around the base of your big toe. Inhale, open up, and then exhale and fold. If they're slapping your elbows, bend your elbows and draw the elbows back toward your shins. Release your head and find your bandhas. So muscles between the glutes lift. Navel draws back. Chin releases towards the chest. 3. 4. 5. Treaty 3, inhale, open up. Exhale, put your hands underneath your feet. So toes coming into the wrists if you can. Again, inhale, open up. And exhale and fold. Again, finding those bandhas. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, open up. And exhale, step to Saraswati, top of your mat. Bringing your block into your right hand. You're going to step to your right. Turn your right foot out 90 degrees. And if you're using the block, it goes on the pinky toe side of that right foot. That's for your hand. So you're rooting down in 3 places, both feet and one hand. Your other hand flies. So you put in the 2 energies, the rooting and the flying energies. And if it's all right for your neck, you look up to the top hand, filling and empty your lungs. 1. Fill and empty your lungs. 2. Fill and empty your lungs. 3. See if you can find the bandhas here. 4. And 5. Good. Treaty 3, inhale, changing your feet to do the other side. So left foot points out, placing the left hand on the block and opening up. So see if you can find the bandhas straight away on this side. Muscles between the glutes lifting, navel draws back, and chin slightly towards the chest. And then just fill and empty the lungs. So the alignment of the internal body is more important than the external body. Breathe along your whole midline. 4, last breath like this. 5, good. Inhale, come up, pivot and face the back end of your mat, and square your hips. So there's space between your feet, That's for your spine to go forward. So the first movement is a forward bend from your hips with a long spine. The block can either go directly beneath your breastbone or on the outer edge of your front foot. Your left hand comes across your body or straight down on midline, and then you turn over your right leg. So you're revolving the spine. 1, 2, fill and empty your lungs. 3, fill and empty your lungs. 4, fill and empty your lungs. 5, Trini 3, inhale, come up, pivot, face the front of your mat, stagger the feet, place your block, right hand on the block this time, turn your spine. So draw your left hip back, really revolve your spine into that space. Find the bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha the navel, Jalandhar Bandha the throat. 3, fill your lungs, empty your lungs. 4, fill your lungs, empty your lungs. 5, inhale, come up, and step to the top of the mat, please. Samastiti. Good, now we have 4 side angles that follow the same patterning. So you step your right foot back like before, wider than before, and turn your right foot out. And then bend your knee really well. The block goes on the outer edge of your right foot. That's for your hand. The knee pushes back into your arm so the arm and the leg are touching. And then one long line from your left heel along the left side of your body and out through your left fingertips. Bandhas, lift the muscles here between the glutes and see what it does to the pelvis. Draw your navel back and see how that influences your rib cage. If it's okay for your neck, turn the head and look to the eyes. Last 2 breaths like this, filling your lungs completely and exhaling. Fill your lungs and empty your lungs. Good. Inhaling, coming up to find it on the left side. Left foot turns out 90 degrees. Place your block down. Connect your leg and arm. Start to find the bandhas. Free breathing. 1, 2, draw the navel back. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, coming up, revolving to face the back end of your mat. Drop your left knee to the ground. The block is going to go on the outer edge of your right foot. Bring your left arm across your body and hook the outside of your right thigh with your upper arm. Then extend your hand to find the block, wherever that may be. And then start to turn your spine. So you're opening the chest to the right. Right arm can go up, or you can place it on your lumbar spine. So you're revolving. If you feel steady there, tuck the back toes under and extend the back leg. 2, arm can go along the ear if you wish. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up and find the other side. The right knee drops to the ground this time. Block outer edge of your left foot. Right arm comes across the body and hooks. Rotate the spine. Left hand on your spine or up into the air. See what the back leg wants to do. And breathe. 3, 4, 5. Undo. And step to the top of the mat. Samastitihi. Stepping to the right. Square the outer edges of your feet with the outer edges of your mat. Judge how far apart you want the legs here. So the closer the legs are together, the more challenging this is. The further apart they are means you're closer to the ground. So we'll take 4 forward bends. So inhaling, lift your chest up, look up. Exhale, put your hands flat on the mat, shoulder distance apart. All 10 fingers pointing front. Inhale, open up. And exhale and fold. And as you fold forward, soften your knees so that your legs can start to rotate outwards. Draw your chest down and through. Lift through Mula Bandha. Draw the navel back. Bring your chin towards your chest, lengthening the back of the neck. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the arms and look up. Exhale, take your waist. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your thighs. Second one. Inhale, lift the arms at shoulder level. Exhale, hold your waist. So with your fingertips, feel your navel drawing back. Then inhale, lift the breastbone up and look up. Exhale, take that length over and forwards. The knees go outwards. Draw the muscles between your glutes up. Release your chin towards the chest, extending through the back of the neck. Free breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. Third one, spread your hands at shoulder distance. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, take everything over. Fill and empty your lungs. 1. Soften your elbows so that you can open the shoulders. 2. Draw the navel back. 3. Chin releases towards chest slightly. 4. And 5. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release the hands and place them on your thighs. Last one, take your waist, inhale. Exhale, index and middle finger wrap around the base of the big toe. Again, inhale and open up. And then exhale and fold into that space. So if you're slack in the elbows move out towards the sides of your room. Move your shoulders away from your ears as you bring your chin toward your chest, the navel up, the muscle between the glutes up. Free breathing. 3, 4, 5. Sorry for inhale, open up. Exhale, take your waist. Again, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, step to the top of the mat. Samastitihi. Good. Reverse fold your hands into prayer. So medially rotate your shoulders so you can take your hands behind you. Either clasp your wrists or your elbows, or bring the middle fingers together and then start to work the palms together somewhere between the shoulder blades if you can. Right foot steps back towards the back end of the mat and you pivot so that your hips are square to the back end of the mat. Again, there's space between your feet. Like the revolving triangle, you fold forwards from the hips, release your front knee, so that lets you draw your right hip back, looking at your toe. And then release your neck. Jalandhar Bhanda, chin to chest as you look to the shin. Draw the navel back. Three. Inhale, exhale. 4. Fill and empty your lungs. 5. Inhale, come all the way up. Pivot to face the left, the top end of your mat. Your left foot is front. Inhale again, opening the body up. Exhaling, soft left knee so you can draw that left hip back. Come forwards with your spine, look to your toe. Release the back of your neck, chin towards chest to look shin. Draw the navel back. Lift the muscles between the glutes. Fill and empty the lungs. 3. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. Fill and empty your lungs. 5. Inhale, come all the way back up. Square everything off. Open the arms up. And step to the top of the mat. Samastitihi. So separate your feet hip distance, please, and soften your knees so that you can move all the weight into your left foot. I'm not sure if the video is mirroring or not. So if I'm saying left and it's looking right, just ignore me. So dropping your weight into your left leg and then catching your right knee or underneath your knee or catching your right toe. And then extending your leg. So you're working to extend the leg. Really standing on top of the femur on your left leg. So instead of letting the hips shoot out, draw the muscles between your glutes up to help support your whole pelvic bowl. And then draw your navel back. Chin to chest. If you can fold forwards over the leg, fold forwards over the leg. Otherwise staying upright. That's probably 5 breaths by now. Bending the knee and then carrying the leg out to the side. So you're opening up across the front of the pelvis, opening up across the chest, looking over your left shoulder. Again, playing around with extending the leg here. Standing on the leg. 4. 5. Good. Carrying the leg back center. If you can fold over the leg, fold over the leg. 1 breath. And then stand upright. Hold your waist with both hands. Point your toe. Look to your toe. And then find the bandhas as you breathe. 2. Good. 3. They look good. 4. Bend the knee into your body and release it down. Well done. Drop your center of gravity, bend your knees. Transfer all the weight now into the other leg. Same hand as leg supporting holds the waist. So you can keep checking in with the navel drawing back through your fingertips. So working to extend the left leg now. Folding over that left leg if you can extend the leg fully. Otherwise staying upright and aligning through your spine. So orientate everything to midline, out through the crown of the head. Good, fold the knee and then carry the leg to the side, open the front of the pelvis up. Look over your opposite shoulder if you can. 1. 2. 3. If you can take the toe, take the toe. 4. 5, bringing the leg back center. If you can take the toe and extend the leg, fold forward, 1, exhale. Otherwise, hold the waist with both hands. Extend your leg. Look to your toe and breathe. Fill and empty your lungs. 1. Navel draws back. 2. 3. Good. 4. Good. And 5. Bend the knee into your body and release it down. Samastitihi. Good. Right knee bends, full flexion in the right knee. Externally rotate your leg and either take tree, where the sole of the foot comes into the thigh or the calf or the ankle, or you can bring that foot across the pelvis, supporting it with the opposite hand, maybe playing around with taking that arm behind you. Alternatively, you could cross this leg like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair and start to fold forwards. So we want sensation in the hip, not in your knee joint. So you might be able to fold forwards here, hold the ground, finding a variation that works for you. Last breath like this. And then release the leg down and do it on the other side. So whatever variation you chose on that side, doing it also on this side. Making sure that the sensation is hip-based, not knee-based. Or tree. Last breath like this. Good, and then releasing the leg down and find samastitihi. Last 3 poses of the standing sequence are Utkatasana, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, and Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And they're connected by a vinyasa, which means breath, movement, connection. So breathing in, inhaling just like a sun salutation, reach up and look up. Dvaitu, exhaling, release your hands flat, chin towards chest. Trini 3, inhale, extend the front body. Chatwari 4, find your plank and lower down. Low cobra or upward facing, inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, navel lifts, downward facing dog. And then step or jump your feet together, knees together. Thighs together, sit low, lift the torso up. 1, if it hurts the neck to have the hands together, separate the hands. 2, 3, find the bandhas. 4, 5, exhale, pop your hands back on the floor, release your head. Inhale, extend your spine, look up. Chatwari 4, step back into your plank and lower down. Inhaling, lift the breastbone up. Exhaling, lift the navel up. Change your feet. Right foot steps front, left heel grounds down. You're going to find Warrior 1 on the right side. Look to your right big toe. Bring the torso, the arms, and the eyes up. Find the bandhas. 1, 2. What does drawing the chin in, even when you're looking up, do to the chest? 3, 4, 5. Keep the heart and eyes lifted and find it on the left side, facing the back of your mat now. 1. Muscles between the glutes lift. 2. Draw your navel back. 3. And lengthen the back of your neck even though you're looking up. 4, 5. Opening up into Virabhadrasana 2 now on the left side. Looking long over your left hand. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Virabhadrasana 2 on the right. 1. 2. Find the bandhas. 3. 4. And 5. Release your hands either side of your front foot. Step back into your plank and lower down. Inhaling, lift the heart up. Cobra or upward facing. Exhale, lift the navel up. Downward facing. And then step, jump, walk your feet to sitting. Finding Dandasana. So your legs are extended. So this is a place in the primary series where energy tends to drop in the transference from standing to seated. So I encourage you to right away find the bandhas, lift the muscles between the glutes, draw your navel back, and let your eyes go to the toes, which gives you that Jalandhar Bandha feeling. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. Fill and empty your lungs. 5. Good. Take the toes. So come forwards as with a long spine if you can, hinging at the hips. So you keep your pelvis rooted as if you had roots growing down into the earth. And bring your spine long and forwards from that place of rooting. See if you can take the toes. You may need to bend your knees to do so. Index and middle finger wrap around the base of the big toe. Inhale, open up. Exhale and start to fold. Still sitting down in the pelvis. Good. Draw the armpits back towards your navel. And release the chin slightly to your chest, extending through the back of the neck and crown of the head. Last breath like this. Fill the back of your lungs. Breathe into your back. And exhale. Inhale, open up. Find that long front body again. And then place your hands over the tops of your feet. So it's like our second forward bend. So the hands come over the tops of the feet, toes come into the wrists if you can. Opening through the front body, rooting through the pelvis, and then taking the spine long. So muscles between the glutes lift, navel draws back, chin releases towards chest. Filling and emptying your lungs. 3. Breathing into your back heart space. 4. And 5. Inhale, open up. Exhale, hold the sides of your feet. Again, inhaling, open up to find space. Root through your pelvis. Lift the muscles between your glutes. So holding on to Mula Bandha. Draw the navel back, holding on to Uddiyana Bandha. Bring the spine forwards. Then find your chin to your chest. Breathe into your back. 3. Fill and empty your lungs. 4. And 5. Inhale, open up. Last one of these, interlace your fingers around your feet. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Again, inhaling, finding length. Find your mula bandha. Find your udi. And then chin to chest, full free breathing. Filling and emptying your lungs. 1, 2, 3. Breathe into all the spaces you can find. 4 and 5. Inhale, open up. Exhale and release your feet. Cross your legs and vinyasa. So you can either roll over the legs and shoot your legs back to find plank, or if that hurts your knees, just swish your legs to one side and find your plank that way. Lowering down and then inhaling for your up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. And then step or jump the feet again so that you can come to sitting in Dandasana. Your hands come behind you. We counter all those forward bends with a back bend. Fingertips point towards your pelvis. Bend your elbows and point your elbows directly back. Lift your chest up and forwards. So we still have the bandhas engaged here. Mula, navel's drawing back, chin towards chest. If you can, press the feet into the floor and then pick your pelvis up. Alternatively, find your feet by bending your knees and pick your pelvis up. 1, 2, 3. Micro bend the elbows so that you get into the shoulder opening. 4 and 5. Release the pelvis down and then cross the legs the other way or swish the legs the other way and find your plank. Lowering down, inhaling, upward facing or low cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step or jump the feet to sitting. Again, Dandasana. With right knee bends, full flexion in your right leg. And then externally rotate your femur. So this is the variation of tree that we did standing up. If you brought your leg across your pelvis last time into a half lotus, do that here, provided you don't feel any pain in the knee. Alternatively, you can bring the ankle across your thigh and flex the foot and fold forwards to target sensation in the right hip. Or you may wish to do the tree variation seated, with the sole of the foot pressing into the opposite thigh, and the thigh responds by pressing back. Choose where you place the foot and then fold forwards, bringing your spine on your midline, holding wherever is appropriate for you, and then filling and emptying your lungs, finding those bandhas here if you can. 3, 4, keep drawing the navel back. And 5, inhaling, open up, exhale, release, cross the legs and vinyasa, or switch the legs, alternating sides each time, lowering down, finding this little vinyasa of a hyperextension through the spine, to step or jump, again to Dandasana. Left side, left knee full flexion, external rotation in your hip, place the foot wherever is appropriate for your body, and then find the pose of forward bend. 1. Start to investigate the bandha work here and what that brings to the pose. 2. Orientating to your own midline. 3. 4. 5. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, release. Cross or swish. Finding your plank. Moving through the whole spine. To step or jump. Dandasana. Reverse fold your right leg so the whole thigh rolls in, medial, the knee bends, and you send the foot backwards. If you're falling towards your long leg, place your block there like a little break. Alternatively, you can put the block underneath that sit bone, and that will keep you more upright. Folding forwards from the hips, so bring the spine long, lift the muscles between your glutes up, draw your navel back. Hold wherever is appropriate, the foot, the leg, the floor, and then chin towards chest as you extend through the crown of your head, filling and emptying the lungs. 2. Keep hold of Mula Bandha. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, open up. Exhale, release. If you have that leg already folded back, you can just swish your left leg towards it and then find your plank from there. Lowering down and then inhaling to lift the chest. Exhaling to lift the navel. Again, step or jump to Dandasana and reverse fold your left leg. Using a block if you need it on the outer side of the hip, or if you wish, right underneath that right sit bone. Engage all your bandhas as you move forwards with your spine. Hold wherever you wish. Come into your midline and then fill and empty your lungs. 2. So it's like meditation, just stay with your breath. 3. Softening all around the sensations. 4. 5. Inhale, open up, look up. Exhale, release. You can swish that right leg back towards the left and then find your plank. Inhaling, heart lifts. Exhaling, navel lifts. So we're going to skip ahead, jump through or walk through, and we're going to find a little back bend. So back bending starts what's called the finishing sequence in Ashtanga Yoga. So we'll just take a back bend with a block, if you wish, or with a cushion, or your book, whatever you have handy. So you're going to lie down, and you're going to place the cushion or the block underneath your pelvis. So it's like you're just popping your sacrum on a little shelf. If you're using a block, it has different heights, so you can play around with how high you place the pelvis. But really, you want the pelvis to just be able to settle. And a cushion is quite nice too, because it's a bit more subtle and gentle. So elevate the pelvis, take your hands out wherever is comfortable. You can have them out to the sides or up above your head. Some people even like to extend their legs long to get into this hip flexor opening. If you sit in a chair a lot, this is really nice to open the psoas in this way. But if that bothers your lumbar spine immediately, then please just bring your knees back up. So settling here. So we've been working against gravity for the last hour or so. And now we're just going to sink down into gravity. So letting go of any sort of technical breathing. You can let the bandhas go now. Notice what it's like to really soften the belly. That nice, gentle ebb and flow of breath. Notice how the belly rises when you breathe in. And how the belly floats back towards the spine as you empty the lungs. And just watching the wave-like motion of your own breath. Allowing the lumbar spine to hang. So if you've had your legs straight, bringing your knees bent now, please. And then pressing your feet into the floor so that you can lift your pelvis and take the block out from underneath your pelvis. And then release your pelvis back to earth. Do take this time for anything that you feel your body is crying out for. So if you want to hug the knees, or take a reclining twist where you drop the knees to one side. Maybe that feels like something nice to do in your body. Or you can do this little windshield wiper action of the legs. Alternatively, if you want to take an inversion, headstand, shoulder stand, full back bend, that would be a good time. Otherwise, just setting up for your final relaxation, your shavasana. So if lying with legs straight aggravates your lumbar spine, it might be nice to roll a blanket or put cushions under your knees. That will help to drop the lumbar back into earth. If you want a cushion or a blanket under your head, perhaps you'd like an eye bag over the eyes. Anything that helps you feel like you can start to settle now. Settling. So this sense of starting to settle. And so if you're still moving around, just noticing the sensations that tell you that you need to move. So our actions start with sensation. It's just that we sometimes bypass the awareness of the sensation that precedes the action. So just noticing, what is it that tells you that you want to have a blanket under the head or adjust a hip or shoulder? What are those sensations involved as you start to settle more? And staying with this awareness of sensation. So what are the sensations that let you know that you are settling? Or perhaps not settling? Just really noticing what is for you in this moment. What is present? Noticing the breath, If you haven't yet noticed that breath is part of your present, perhaps noticing if there's any efforting involved in your breath. And noticing all the places where your body meets the ground. And reducing effort in all of those places where your body meets the ground, so that the ground can really start to support you, a relaxed, welcoming body for that support. Maybe even a sensation of the skin softening. And as you rest on earth, completely supported, bringing to mind also those people and those things that support you in your life. And as you bring these people and things to mind, just noticing how your breath responds to feeling supported.
And so very gently beginning to lengthen the exhalation. And gradually deepening your inhalation. Awareness of this body breathing. Just here, just breathing. Just the lungs filling and emptying in this moment. And then when your breath feels nice and full, perhaps bring some movement to the toes, the feet, movement to the fingers, the hands, and then doing anything that feels nice in your own body. So having a stretch or hugging the knees. Just beginning to breathe and also start to move, whatever feels good. Breathing and moving. Breathing and moving. Breathe and move. And then in your own time, just rolling to one side. Take your time. And then making your way up through to sitting. So once again, finding sitting down into earth and sitting up out of earth. Bringing the hands together in front of your chest. On your next inhale, lift your breastbone up. On the exhale, drop the weight of your head forwards. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me. I'll unmute you. Have a really great day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
April.
you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Great. Bye, guys.
Bye.